Hello, hello, hello. My name's Dobi. I hope you're having a fantastic day, and as the video suggests, or title, I'm doing a review of The After. The After is an amazing post-apocalyptic setting set in the Savage Worlds Adventure Edition system. I think this is one of the best settings for it, and just one of my favorite settings I've ever seen. It is beautifully laid out. It was so ingeniously designed. It is pretty short, very sweet, and just all around amazing. So, couple important parts. It's around $20 USD, about 240 pages. So I think that's a pretty good price for it. I've seen some things that are better value, Interface Zero 3.0, for example. But then Deadlands is about the same price, but has less content in it. So, yeah, not too bad, not too bad. So let's go over some reasons why I think this is amazing. First, I love the setting of it, the actual background, world, and the like. So, The After takes place in the near future when two alien species came down to Earth, the Butchers and the Ghosts, and had war between each other. Earth was not an actual issue with them. We were the humans of their battle. Or sorry, we were the ants of their battle, where we were so weak and inconsequential that they didn't really see us as a threat. They came down, killed a bunch of us because they needed the resources, but they didn't actually worry about having to deal with us. And eventually they leave Earth, luckily, and now humanity, with only a couple of thousand people left, have to start rebuilding. The actual setting is set in Wind River Valley. This is a place relatively untouched because it was remote, because in real life it's a relatively remote place where not a lot of people live, and so the butchers and ghosts never had an amazing reason to come to it. And so it's a relatively untouched place. And that's really smart. And I really like that they had the time to think about, or at least to give a reason for why it's set here and not somewhere else. Also, moving on to the next point, the book has a lot of options for characters who have played a lot of different settings and are getting a bit bored. They have the system kind of like Rippers, where they have factions, and each of those factions has a special edges you can take, which I really like. And there's also 3 additional races. Thank you for once a setting actually has more races other than human. I'm looking at you, Deadlands, Rippers, 50,000, and like a bunch of other ones. Cough, cough. 3 races that are available are the Helod, which are giant brutes, which you can see there, big boy. You also have the Ska, which I'll pick up a photo of, and also Helots. And finally the Changed, which, the Changed are essentially like weird, twisted people who have been changed by the breach energy and the magics of the two alien species that came down to Earth. And this can be, for example, different skin, or their eyes, or have special effects. Maybe they have a third arm. All really cool things. Players love it. Like, I've run the system about a dozen times in one-shots and the like, and people love the change because they're just so fun. They have so many options and so much creativity that's available. People really enjoy it. Moving on, the book has a fantastic gazetteer section, which has a bunch of different locations players can go to, and they will probably go to during their exploration. They're well laid out. They have adventure plot hooks and the like, and I think they're really awesome. They're tied together well, and so you can tell there's a lot of care to where they're placed and why they're placed there, and how do they interact with other places in the world. There's also 3 adventures in between them, in a couple different important locations. Actually, doesn't really matter. You get the book, you'll see it. But yeah. And there's also, on the topic of adventures, there's one final one at the end of the book, Shadow of the Phoenix. It was used at I believe, at a PAX event when they were trying to, sell the system, or sell the setting and the like. And I will say, to be blunt, I've never personally ran any 4 of them. I've read through all of them, and I think they're all really good. They all have really cool ideas, and they're all pretty unique. But I never personally ran them, and that's because I don't need to. I don't need to run pre-made things because the world's so fleshed out. The world's so fun and creative that I can think of things on my own and players still have a blast. In fact, I actually was just running a game Sunday and people loved it. People were saying that they would love to continue it because it was just so much fun to play. These are also people who've been playing RPGs, just like general RPGs, for over 10 years. 10 years. And they have said that they love the After and how unique it is. That says something in my opinion. But I digress. Otherwise, I think the setting is an amazing one for any one-shots or short campaigns. I think it does struggle with longer-term campaigns, as like a lot of the factions, they have goals, but they're not aggressive enough. This is my biggest issue with the system, or with the setting. Sorry, I get them confused a lot, just when I'm actually talking about them. I feel like the factions are a little bit too neutral. They all want something, which as they should be, but not. They're all quite peaceful about it. None of them are willing to really go to violence. Maybe this makes more sense, like realistically, is like not many people are willing to go to violence unless they really, really need to. But for D&D and the way I like to run my games, I kind of like the violence, so I'll crank it up a little bit. But once again, that is very much up to the GM and how they want to run it. Forgot to mention this. Sorry, this is a afterwards. The book also has a 28-page bestiary, which is a pretty good size for a Savage World. So it's definitely on the higher end, which I really appreciate. But very importantly, every single creature has artwork. So nice, man. It's so nice. It is so appreciated. Like I can have, a piece of art for every single creature for every token I use, versus like Deadlands or Rippers, which I don't, and it's so annoying having to try to scour the internet for art versus just having it in the book. It's so nice. Thank you so much for doing that. All right, yeah, back to the rest of the video. So that is my review of the After. I hope you enjoyed the video. I hope that you take a look at the quick start. I'm not affiliated with them, I should mention. But yeah, I think it's an amazing, amazing setting that so many people can have fun with. And yeah, have a great day.